Welcome to Real People, Real Voices. I'm James Jackson.
And I'm Pastor Wayne Moore.
Always a pleasure to host with you.
It is, my friend. Going to have a great show today. And not only that, we got to let everybody know about our sponsors. Can I do that?
Please do.
Tamiko and Associates, Lavinia Summers and Summers, home for funerals. They're there. Then we have Marion County Public Health Department, Lee Cussell and Crawley, Al's Modern Clothing and Shoes. Brother, if you want to get clean, go see Al. He'll lay you out, I'm telling you. Not only that, you can go to, if you need some gutters and windows cleaned, go to Northside. Give them a call. They'll take care of your Northside cleaning, windows and gutters. And then Fervent Prayer, Christian Academy. If you need your child to be in a place to where they can get some early child development, go to Fervent Care Christian Academy. They'll help that child get where they need to be. And his place, the Catfish, is the bomb.
All of that. All that they have there. So avail yourself to all these wonderful businesses that we've just talked about. Also, if you would like to watch this show over again or other shows that you might have missed, you can go to WHMB TV 40, and it's all there. Also, please.
Yeah, it's one of the most positive things on Facebook. Real People, Real Voices. We're waiting on you.
Yeah, so please go there and like us and subscribe on YouTube. We've got a great show for you. I think you're going to really enjoy what we have. Get ready, those of you who are looking to get a great job with some great benefits and help your community. We've got the answer for you coming up after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. We're joined by our esteemed guests on today from the Indiana State Police, Ronell and Roosevelt, Officer Ronell and Officer Roosevelt Williams.
Lieutenant, man. These are lieutenants. See them bar, yeah. These are the Williams brothers, and I don't mean the gospel singers either. I mean, this is the Popo, man. Indiana State Popo. Lieutenants. Look at them bars on them, Doc.
Yeah, well, how did you all end up getting into
Brother
this?
Jack, excuse me, and believe me, to work for the United States Police, look at their teeth, they're grinning, they got good dental plan there.
We have very good. We have
good
an
dental plan.
excellent
Good
health insurance plan.
How did you all get into this at the same time, or was it the same time?
Well, as you see, we're twins, and it's one of those things where he has not cut that umbilical cord yet, so he kind of followed me everywhere I went, growing up. But seriously, our father grew up is on the department, so we grew up in a law enforcement household, and it was one of those things where we kind of knew that we thought we would want to be police officers at a young age, and then the opportunity presented itself. I actually come up here 10 years this month.
Wow.
And that's extraordinary. And you said you knew that when you were children. And I know a lot of kids who start out, both boys and girls, and they want to be police officers, and then something happens where they don't follow through on that. And so, and particularly with black children, what would you say to the children or the young people who are watching who might be interested, but with everything that's going on, I say, I don't think I want to do that.
That's a great question. As we know, law enforcement in general is underrepresented in the black community. So it's important to, one, have figures that they can look up to. And I would tell them to chase your dream. Don't let what's going on in the community right now have a lifelong effect on the decision to be in law enforcement, because this shall pass, just with a lot of other things that happen throughout our lives. So just follow your dream. If this is what you want to do, we have mentors within the folks that we are around to kind of help mentor us to be a better person within our community as well.
Yeah. And to piggyback on that, you talked about having those influences at a young age too. So, growing up in a law enforcement household, we saw different troopers, black troopers, and we grew up around them and their families and kids. So kind of, you have the opportunity to see how they operated and kind of see how they live their life, and something that we respected throughout our young adult life.
And you guys are, both of you are recruiters, but you all are at a high level now in this agency. I think we're proud of you for that. I know I am. And a lot of the responsibility that you are harnessing now is beneficial for the community. You're in recruiting, HR. You run several components. You run a component that the whole state. But at the same time, you still try to get young men and young women to become troopers. And the General Assembly just gave an extra $5,000 from $42,000 going into the academy to $47,000. Yes. That's a great start for a 21-year-old person going into law enforcement.
Yes.
What was it when you went in?
Oh man, it's been 10 years ago. If I'm guessing, probably mid-30s.
Yeah.
Probably mid-30s. But yeah, we just had an increase that will go into effect July 1, where the trooper trainee pay will increase to $47,000, and then once you graduate the academy, it'll go up to $51,000.
Yeah.
So to add to that, $47,000. That's you getting paid to train. You're getting paid for education. And we have a partnership with Indiana Tech where some of those college credits will go over towards a bachelor's or associate degree as well. So, there's nothing that you got to come out of pocket for. All your housing, your food, your equipment, we provide. So you don't have to pay for anything unless you're spending money on the weekends or any obligations at home.
Yeah. That can make you cheap, can't it?
It could. Yeah. But as a young adult who's starting off, that could be a good opportunity to start saving. Whether it be saving for
that's what I mean.
an apartment or
you
a
think
home.
you think twice about a dollar,
Right.
Absolutely.
because of all of the benefits that you have as troopers.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are young people that you hope will get involved, but some of the older folks, the Capitol Police.
Yeah, so within the state police organization, we have the Capitol Police section. Well, we also have our motor carrier division as well. So our Capitol Police, there's no age requirement other than you have to be 21 years of age. So there's no specific cutoff age per se. And they are responsible for the security of downtown, the government building, the Capitol building, and all of the state facilities within the Indianapolis area.
Are you guys dealing with issues of getting black folks to get involved in that program as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say for a lot of our Capitol Police, our motor carrier inspectors, and our troopers, we are just underrepresented. So Roosevelt started when he came to HR as a recruiter 5 years ago. He made it a point to make sure that we are represented in the minority communities. And as he's transitioned to a new role, I've kind of stepped up to make sure that we are ensuring that we are getting as many qualified minority applicants through our hiring process.
So the motor carrier is, that's the first time I've heard of that. So they're actual officers that are responsible for that.
So our motor carrier inspectors are civilian employees. They are responsible for enforcing federal regulation for the semi-truck. So they're at our scale facilities throughout the state. We have Seymour, Terre Haute, Richmond, Fort Wayne, up in Gary and the Lowell area too. So they are responsible for the enforcement
And
of that.
you need those now.
Absolutely.
So if you're living in Indianapolis, what would be the closest?
The closest one in Indianapolis would probably be Seymour or West Harrison off on I-74. Just kind of depending on where you live at, or Terre Haute would be an hour drive for you too.
Pretty good pay there too?
The pay for all of our positions, for our motor carrier inspector, our Capitol Police, and our trooper, recently we all will, effective July 1, will have about a 3% increase in pay from our current mates.
Y'all got an increase last year, didn't you? Year before last.
It's been a couple of years since we had a pay increase. Right. It's just so important with hiring for all. You can go down the street and you see people hiring. We just got to make sure we're competitive to make sure we're getting good folks in here to represent the community.
Yeah.
What kind of youth programs do you have, or do you have anything for like there are organizations that have before and after school programs, particularly after school programs? Are you guys involved in mentoring young people in any kind of way like that?
Yeah, so that's one of the things we started a couple years ago was a readiness workshop where we develop liaisons, recruiting liaisons that serve as a force multipliers and immerse themselves in the community. So they went to these organizations and churches and participate. And some of the names are escaping me, but there's one organization here in Indy that we have troopers that goes to for mentorship several hours a week. We also have summer programs in the summertime with our summer camps, and those are from elementary school up to collegiate level as far as mentoring and developing relationships.
All right, well, we got to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have more. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices, and we are joined by Lieutenant Ronell Williams and Lieutenant Roosevelt Williams.
Yes.
Thanks for taking out time of your busy schedules to join us today.
Thanks for allowing us to be here today.
You're welcome. So if we have some folks who are watching who say, hey, I want to get involved, I want to sign up, what's the first step?
IndianaTrooper.com. That's where you can get the information on how to contact a recruiter. My information is on there. Several recruiters throughout the state is on there. So IndianaTrooper.com is our web address, or if you follow us on social media, it's ISP Recruiting, and that's on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages too. So you can easily hit up one of our recruiters at any point.
Tell us what the benefits are going into this particular academy.
Yeah, absolutely. So for our benefits for this Recruit Academy, one, the pay starts off at $47,000, and you get paid day one of the academy. If you elect to take our health insurance, that starts day one of the academy. A lot of times, some agencies may not allow you to have the health insurance benefits until after graduation, but we start all of our benefits day one. While you're in the academy, you earn about 200 hours of paid time off, in addition to about 3,800 hours of paid overtime. So that 47,000 then goes up to about 50,000, almost 51,000, just during that 6-month period of the academy. And
Before you get your own car.
Yeah, before you get your own car. And then once you graduate the academy, your pay goes up. We issue all your equipment, so everything from your car to your gun. We issue almost $9,000 just in basic equipment that's free. You don't have to pay for. And then once you graduate and complete the field training period, you get you a brand new car, and that you can use that for off-duty use as well throughout the state. So you get a brand new car. If we have folks that are in the military, they're eligible to use their GI Bill throughout the academy and during their first year of training. Current law enforcement officers can buy back their time to use as a service purchase, so that if they're coming from another agency, they're not using that time that they spent at that other agency. So the benefits are great. We've been here now for 10 years, Roosevelt and I I would tell you, you mentioned our health insurance. We have one of the best health insurance plans in the state. We're self-insured, so we manage our own health insurance policy. And we have a lifetime pension as well. There's very few organizations that offer a pension now. So we have a lifetime pension, and the pension is doing well as well. So there's a lot of great benefits, and some of those, most of those are the same for Capitol Police and motor carrier and some of our civilian positions.
It's unheard of to retire, almost unheard of to retire and have a $60,000 income.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's
low compared to what you guys can do.
I was gonna say that's on the low end. That's if you're about 25 years. But if you max out that pension at 34 years, you're gonna receive 78.5% of your top 3 paid years.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to stress to young adults, that's big picture. That's
big picture, yeah. I mean, to retire and not really have to shift a lot of things.
Right.
You got almost 80 grand coming a year after 34 years of service.
Purely pension, no deferred comp, no investments. That's just your pension.
Just your pension. Yeah.
That's a very good program.
Absolutely.
I didn't think about it when I was younger. I mean, because I was doing some other things. I had a gainful employment, but that is just so amazing. How can a person young person that is in a position, I think in a position to do this, I don't understand why they wouldn't do it.
The
And it's
benefits
because of the bad rap, if I could use that term,
Yeah.
that that exists among community and police officers.
Right.
That's why I always talk about genuine collaboration. You know, I've always
Right.
talked about that. Part of that, why we can't recruit officers, is collaboration is very bad.
And
I don't know if you agree with that, officers.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
lieutenants.
and it's something that we're working with. I remember meeting a young adult maybe a year or so ago at the Indianapolis Urban League job fair, and he came to the table and I said, "Hey, you interested in becoming a trooper?" He's like, "No, I'm looking for a civilian job. I don't want to be the police." Well, why not? So we had this genuine conversation, and through that, at the end of the conversation, he's like, "You know what? I'll think about it." The next day, he called me asking for a ride-along application. And then follow up with that, hey, I submitted my application. When do you think I can get a ride along? So it's about having those candid conversations, with our young African American young adults, and just having that candid conversation. And then, like the ride along opportunity, you can kind of see firsthand and kind of form your own opinion about it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the first step, the ride along.
I always encourage people to do so. Like I said, it's going to help solidify that this is for you, or heck no. What kind of civilian jobs do you got? So it's going to help identify which.
And you
way
all
to go.
do have several civilian jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. We hire for our auto mechanics, or we right now hiring an HR for.
He's
an
thirsty for auto mechanics.
Oh, absolutely.
He's thirsty. Are you thirsty?
I call him just about every day. Hey, how we looking?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
auto
thirsty.
mechanics, we have administrative assistants in our fiscal division that we're hiring for right now. So throughout the state, it's just not in the Indianapolis area. We're hiring for throughout the state for civilian and sworn positions.
And it ranges. I mean, we got looking for forensic scientists, clerical assistants, dispatchers, tons of great opportunities within the department.
Yeah.
With regard to employment, IMPD police officers, you can have can't have a felony, but you can have a misdemeanor and become a police officer. How does that work for the state police?
That's a great question. So we always tell applicants that are looking to apply for the state police, we're not looking for perfect people, but we are looking for folks that have good character, good morals, and integrity. So in terms of a background, it just varies. It depends on what the misdemeanor offense is. If it occurred within the last year or within the last 2 years, it may not be the right time for you, but that's when we get you with another trooper to kind of help mentor you. To get you to that next level. So it's not one particular thing that would exclude you from our hiring process. We look at the totality of everything. When we get that background packet and we get it in front of the superintendent, we look at everything to make sure we get a whole picture of the applicant.
Yeah, I perceive that there might be a lot of folks who would be interested, but they say, hey, I got some stuff going on, so that's going to count
There's
me
a
out.
process for that, though. Yeah. It might not be for you in 2022, but in 24 you might can do that.
Right.
Let a little water get under that bridge. Is that what you're saying?
So what we're looking for is, hey, I made some mistakes, made some poor decisions, but I can admit those and I've moved forward from those. So that's what we're looking for. Because we've all made mistakes, and nobody on our department is perfect.
Look in that camera and tell the fellas how to get in touch with you.
And ladies.
Yeah.
And ladies.
Yeah, IndianaTrooper.com is where you can get to the State Trooper website to submit your application, to contact a recruiter, or to get more information about our benefits.
Yeah.
That's short and sweet.
Yeah, he knows what knows what he's after.
Yeah.
And I believe if you want to do it, you'll know what you're after. It ain't for everybody now.
It's not. But Rodnell, his staff, I'm available. You call any time of the day. We answer call even throughout our busy day. If somebody calls, I'll at least, hey, text me a name. I'm going to get it over to HR so they can follow up with you. Yeah. So.
And that happens almost every day.
All the best to you all in the department. Looking for that podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And thank you all for joining us. You've been a great, great audience. We appreciate you. And stick around. We'll be back in just a moment with the rundown. Welcome back. I'm James Jackson.
And I'm Pastor Wayne Moore.
And I'm your producer, Curtis Baker.
Could you get our sponsors there?
Yes,
that'll
thank
help
you.
us.
Tamiko and Associates Realty Group, Lavinia and Summers Home Funerals, Marion County Public Health Department, Lee Castle and Crawley, Al's Modern Clothing and Shoes, Northside Window and Gutter Cleaning, Fervent Care Christian Academy, and His Place Eatery.
Yeah.
What a great list of a great list of sponsors.
And I really appreciate them. They're the engine of this program, along with you two guys.
Well, thank you
I'm
so
telling
much.
You know, and I just want to make sure that the audience understands the hard work that you two put into this show. And really, you know, I know it looks easy on this end, but they don't really know. These guys are really embedded in our community. And a lot of people look to you for information. And I really appreciate the fact that you're here on this show.
Well, thank you.
I tell you, the brothers of law did a great job. You can tell that they're comfortable in front of the camera. And,
Right. Well, you know, I'm thinking we're going to be in talks about them having their own show.
yeah.
It's called The Brothers in Law.
That's a good name. That's a good name for it.
I think.
Yeah, that'd be great for them, man.
Yeah,
Community needs to see them as often as they can.
They're still here, so I'm pitching the idea right now.
I understand.
Yeah,
I
you know how
understand.
that works.
You're a salesman in heart. Yeah, man, isn't that amazing, man? 47 going into the academy. You'll get day one insurance.
Benefits.
200 hours of free time.
Start getting paid right away.
Right away, $3,800 of that is also involved. And see, I'm
200 hours of paid off time?
Yeah, leave time. Yeah. While you're in the academy.
Off on the
And
weekends.
a car.
Yeah, that's after you finish.
After you finish,
Brand new.
Check this out. You
Brand
get
new.
$9,000 worth of
Equipment.
equipment while you're doing your
Training.
to lead up to the vehicle. 10 grand as soon as you come out and do your ride along with another officer.
And even if you've made some mistakes in the past, don't let that stop you
Yeah,
from making that call.
yeah. A lot of us do that.
Yeah. Make that call.
Make that call. Be an Indiana State Trooper
Yeah.
with the Williams brothers.
The Williams brothers.
Not the gospel singing
And not the
Williams
dancers either. You know there's the dancing Williams brothers.
brothers. Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See you, Aunt Jeanette. I'll be in Kokomo real soon.